blood moon is not a scientific term, though in recent times it is being widely used to refer to a total lunar eclipse. Because a fully eclipsed moon often takes on a reddish color like in the image below, which was taken during the total lunar eclipse in September 2015. Those who glanced up at the sky Thursday night had an opportunity to catch the March 2025 blood moon, a phenomenon that colors the full moon in shades of red, orange and yellow during a total lunar eclipse. This month's full moon was due to pass through the shadow of Earth, either late Thursday night or very early Friday morning, depending on the viewer's time zone. It was visible to people in the Americas and elsewhere in the Western Hemisphere. Dubbed the worm moon by the Farmer's Almanac, which has been assigning names to full moons for almost a century. This one is expected to last through Saturday morning, according to NASA. The full moon technically rose in its totality early Friday. Here's what to know about the even and why the moon showed a new hue when it happened. So, why does the moon turn red? Blood moon is a nickname that refers to the moon's reddish appearance during a total lunar eclipse. A total lunar eclipse happens when the moon travels through the Earth's umbra and blocks all direct sunlight from illuminating the moon's surface. However, some sunlight still reaches the lunar surface indirectly, via the Earth's atmosphere, bathing the moon in a reddish, yellow, or orange glow. As the sun's rays pass through the atmosphere, some colors in the light spectrum, those towards the violet spectrum, are filtered out by a phenomenon called Rayleigh's scattering. This is the same mechanism that causes colorful sunrises and sunsets. Red wavelengths are least affected by this effect, so the light reaching the moon's surface has a reddish hue, causing the fully eclipsed moon to take on a red color. The full moon takes on several shades of red, orange and yellow when it's nearer the outer edges of Earth's shadow when it first intersects with the path of Earth's shadow. For example, and as it's on its way out. But shades of deep red become more pronounced as the moon enters the darkest part of the shadow. What exactly causes a blood moon? A blood moon happens during a total lunar eclipse, when the sun, Earth, and the moon align in that order. Long wavelengths of sunlight are refracted through Earth's atmosphere before reaching the moon, which reflects them in reddish hues that may resemble the color of blood. The term blood moon is also sometimes used to refer to 4 total lunar eclipses that happen in the span of 2 years, a phenomenon astronomers call a lunar tetrad. The eclipses in a tetrad occur about 6 months apart with 5 uneclipsed full moons between them. Usually, only about 1 in 3 lunar eclipses are total, and about 4 to 5 total eclipses can be seen from any single location on Earth in a decade. This means that lunar tetrads are rare occurrences, leading some to attach special, even religious, significance to these events. The 2014-2015 lunar tetrad gathered a lot of attention because of claims by some religious organizations that the eclipses in the tetrad were a sign of the end times. Some even call the eclipses blood moons after a statement that referred to the sun turning dark and the moon turning red before the second coming of Jesus. To walk with another, be it in love, friendship, or shared purpose, is to enter a space where the self is no longer the only voice. Here, the ego resists, for it wishes to be heard above all, to hold its ground, to affirm its separateness. Yet, in the presence of another, the self is invited to melt, to listen, to weave its essence into the greater harmony of 2 souls moving as one. The path of togetherness is not always gentle, yet it is always sacred. It mirrors the tide, sometimes effortless, sometimes turbulent, always in motion. In this movement, you are shown where you hold too tightly, where the need to be right overshadows the need to be kind, where the desire for control whispers louder than the call to love. To listen to another is to open the heart beyond the walls of self-importance. It is to surrender the need to be understood first and to instead become a vessel of stillness, receiving the truth of another without resistance. This is the art of presence, the practice of love in its purest form. When two energies meet, there is friction, there is expansion, there is revelation. Some energies flow together like rivers merging. Others collide like storms meeting in the sky. It is not the harmony that teaches you most, but the discord where patience is stretched, where judgments arise, where the self is asked to let go of the need to grasp. To be with another and remain open is an act of devotion. It is a path of trust, of allowing, of witnessing the self dissolve into something greater. When you let go of the need to defend, to correct, to be heard above all, what remains is love. And love, dear ones, is the force that bridges all separation. This particular statement some of you have the answer for because you have heard that which I have given you, the teachings of many, many times. There are many who are just starting to realize things. They have an awakening of their own. Perhaps things are bigger than you've been taught or told. That is always what we ask you to consider. And one of the things that we have told you yet from the beginning is that your very 23 chromosomes of DNA shout at you that you are different from all those before you on the planet who had 24. We've told you in the past that something happened 200,000 years ago that you should know about. We've told you something that is perhaps eye-rolling to many, except as scientists also are scratching their heads. What happened that would take you out of the normal mammal configuration of 24 chromosomes suddenly to 23? We gave you the word intervention. In this particular case, it was intervention from the stars. Here is the premise that you should know and hear yet again. This galaxy of yours is alive. There are so many with high consciousness, low consciousness. There's life everywhere. Right now, as I sit with my partner in this chair, you have discovered multitudes of other planets around stars much like yours that have atmospheres, that have temperatures much like yours, perhaps even water like yours. And the longer we wait, the more are discovered and discovered until you'll realize there are millions, millions of Earths. Eventually, you will see that. What are the odds that a few of them, a percentage, maybe a few thousand even, have life? What are the odds that it's life before yours started? All of those things. The odds are tremendously in favor of all of that. And this leads me again to tell you this, dear ones. Those who seeded you changed your DNA and created that in you which is compassion, and postured you for a 24th pair of chromosomes that have enlightenment, that are multidimensional, that are the avenue, you might say, or the window to the Creator. That's what happened. And here you sit, a human being that has changed from the stars, has been changed from the stars. Why would that be? And who was it? We have given you this information before. It's not that critical that you count the stars and know who the personalities were, but instead that you would know that from that Seven Sisters area there was love given to you.